The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today we're going to inspect and test Everglades Boat's largest build to date, the Everglades 435 center console. She's designed for serious offshore work, making her ideal for owners of battlewagons trading down and for anyone who wants no compromises in a seaworthy blue water open boat that they can fish or entertain on. She can even be lived on during long weekends. Now, that's a tall order, so let's see how Everglades is done. Our test boat was powered by 4 Yamaha 425 horsepower engines that weighed 3,808 pounds and totaled 1,700 horses. To harness all that weight and power, Everglades has covered its composite fiberglass transom with a huge powder-coated aluminum bracket with 32 bolts holding the quad engines to the boat. All hoses and wires are in one tube, and there are no external steering arms in the outboard well. The engines tilt up 73 degrees. Because the outboard well is so clean, it needs no special catwalk, and side-to-side access is easy and stable for engine inspection. Our test boat had 6 rocket launcher style rod holders on the stern. Just forward of the outboard well, there are 2 lighted 60-gallon pressurized circulated live wells with inspection windows flanking a 45-gallon self-draining fish box or bait box with an optional freezer plate. In both stern quarters, dock lines pass through hawse holes in the covering boards to hull-mounted cleats. Just below the cleat, where the hull meets the sole, large drains are to each side. Removable metal grates allow easy cleaning. Above, there's a power outlet for electric reels or downriggers. Something not seen on traditional convertibles is a forward-facing bench seat that folds out from the transom. Heavy-duty hardware makes the seat strong enough to support an adult standing on its edge. On the port side is what Everglades calls a utility door, with 2 large stainless hinges. It's standard, opens inward, and is held open by a magnetic catch. This door can be used for boarding from a floating dock, hauling in a trophy-sized fish, or for divers and swimmers. Our test boat was equipped with an optional varnished teak rocket launcher in the middle of the cockpit that is easily removed when entertaining. Just behind is an aft-facing seat that is an ideal place to watch the troll. An optional fighting chair can also be installed instead of the rocket launcher. Hidden behind the seat is a hatch that opens up to give access to 2 house batteries, 4 engine start batteries, and 2 60-amp battery chargers, and everything is well labeled. Under the hatch the leaning post is bolted to is access to the mechanical compartment. It contains the standard Seakeeper 6 gyro stabilizer, as well as the raw water pumps, sea strainers, and access to through hulls. To starboard are 4 fuel filters with priming pumps. Aft is a standard 5 kW generator. The console behind the fold-out seat is a professional-grade workstation that has 4 spool holders, a tool rack, a bait prep tray that drains into the sink, and a cutting board. Underneath is storage for gloves and more tools. Fresh and raw rudder washdown hoses retract into the combing under metal lids beside the workstation. On both the starboard and port sides of the workstation, there are drawers on ball-bearing sliders for up to 5 Plano tackle boxes. A fold-down compartment opposite the tackle compartment holds up to 42 pre-rigged leaders. Just forward of the leaders are 3 undergunnel-mounted 9-foot rod racks, and there are 3 more on the other side. To port and starboard are midship hawse pipes with 10-inch cleats underneath. Recessed in the rod rack wells are fresh and raw water washdown bibs. Forward in the gunnels are lockable storage cabinets for lines, life vests, and other gear. In the forward compartments, to port and starboard, there's a 30-amp shore power connection and 2 more lockable rod racks for a total of 40 rod storage racks on the boat. The fiberglass hardtop is standard and has aluminum powder-coated supports with convenient handholds, 4 sets of spreader lights, 4 speakers, 3 rod holders at each aft corner, 6 rod racks, lights over the helm and overhead panel with accessory switch, and the Fusion stereo control. Overhead and outboard are 2 standard Gemlux carbon fiber outriggers that are connected to 22-foot carbon fiber poles. An optional shore shade awning extends from the hardtop completely over the aft cockpit. Options for teak accents are located all over this boat. Pomponette ladderback helm seats are what might be expected on a large convertible, and in the area above the workstation are examples of varnished teak that even a lot of the big boys don't have. The second row of console seating is an amenity that makes this boat a comfortable one for long runs. A fold-down footrest and powder-coated bar to hold onto are welcome details. These seats easily fold out of the way so anglers and their mates can quickly pass back and forth when fish are on and the action gets hot. Forward at the helm, the 435 has a center-mounted wheel, which is carbon fiber with a rubber backing for sure grip, compass, and enough space to mount three 17-inch displays. With the Yamaha Command Link display in the middle, and accessory switches are port and starboard. The Helm Master joystick is forward of the control binnacle, with the trim tab switches with indicators to the left and accessory switches on either side of the wheel. The optional varnished teak spans the entire helm and signals this boat as a premier vessel in its class. Latching compartments are located below the dash on both sides. A soft pad on the helm deck reduces leg fatigue on long runs, and a 10-inch high platform folds down over it for the vertically challenged. A footrest is below the dash. Helm seating consists of three identical Pomponet Platinum Series captain's chairs with flip-down bolsters and armrests. Handholds are mounted in front of both passengers' chairs for added safety. We've all been in a position where we have to poke our head out of the cockpit, look around or over the windscreen for better visibility in the dark or bad weather, or even when the windshield is fogged. Well, Everglades has a better idea. The 435 comes standard with a patent-pending retractable windscreen that moves down on rails at the touch of a button. It includes two intelligent wipers and a washer system. When underway, we found forward visibility through the windshield and side windows to be excellent. The 435's optional upper helm is accessed by a ladder through an opening hatch in the hardtop. From the lower helm, the captain can see about 2.8 miles to the horizon, or 25 square miles. But from the upper helm, the horizon is 4.2 miles away, and the amount of sea area observed doubles to 56 square miles. When a fish is hooked up, the upper helm is also the best strategic place for the captain to command the vessel. The helm has all the needed equipment, including a compass, the Yamaha joystick, command display, and control binnacle. Tap controls are here, along with the Garmin multifunction screen, VHF radio, and 12-volt plug. Two individual leaning posts with bolsters add comfort and security. Overhead is a fiberglass and aluminum top, and all of this upper station folds down for storage in a rack room or trailering. Two chaise lounges just forward of the windscreen look like they came from the pages of Architectural Digest, and under the leg rest is storage, including a dedicated spot for the swim ladder. This compartment is insulated, drains overboard, and can be used as a giant cooler. In the bow is an electric high-low table that can seat 5 people. A touch of a button lowers the table, and the addition of a filler cushion creates a large sun pad. Sturdy but removable backrests create comfortable forward-facing chaise seating port and starboard. There's more dry storage below the settee seating, and in the deck is a 225-gallon fish box with pump out. On the foredeck, there are 2 more hawse pipes for mooring lines and 2 rod holders. The deck hatch has gas assist struts to keep both hands free for access to the ground tackle system, all of which is both first class and standard. Included is a stainless steel plow anchor with swivel, 25 feet of 5/16 chain, and 375 feet of 5/8 rode, all of which are handled by a Lumar ProFish electric windlass with handheld remote. Also in the compartment are both fresh and raw water washdown bibs and a large opening to the rode locker to manage tangles. We're happy to see a large cleat for the anchor rode, something that many builders are now omitting. We enter the cabin through the port side hatch, which requires little bending. There are 2 steps down, and once inside, the cabin has 6 feet 6 inches of headroom. The first thing we see is the galley with the glass bowl sink, microwave, stainless steel refrigerator, faux granite counter, and 20-inch LED TV with DVD. To the right of that is the Everglades electrical panel. Forward and down a short step, there's seating. The starboard aft basic seat back slides down electrically to create a bed that measures 80 inches head to foot by 52 inches wide. The cabin has natural light from port lights and skylights and includes 12,000 BTUs of air conditioning. Abaft the entrance hatch is a partition with a billfish etched in glass. A curtain creates a wet head, and overhead is the shower with embedded LED lights. Shower water flows away in a channel in the deck to the drain next to the electric toilet. Wood grain decking is used throughout to reduce maintenance. Now let's back this 43-foot 5-inch center console down the fairway and take her out for a sea trial. The Everglades 435CC has a 12-foot beam and an empty weight of 16,800 pounds. With a light load of fuel, 3 people, and gear, our test boat weighed an estimated 20,898 pounds. She was powered by 4 Yamaha 5.6-liter V8 XTO engines developing 425 horsepower each and turning 21-inch by 16 3/8-inch 3-bladed props. We recorded a top speed of 52.1 knots at 6,000 RPM. Best cruise came at 3,000 RPM, where she averaged 21.4 knots, burned 34.2 gallons per hour, getting 0.6 nautical miles per gallon for a range of 344.6 nautical miles. all while still holding back a 10% reserve of her 610-gallon capacity baffled aluminum fuel tank. We accelerated with minimal bow rise, and she quickly settled into her 5-degree running angle as we got on plane. We recorded 0 to 20 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds, and 30 came and went in 8.4 seconds. The design team at Everglades tells us that the average dead rise of the 435 is 41 degrees from bow to transom, and they feel that measurement is a more important indicator of performance in ride than a dead rise measurement at the transom. There, her dead rise is 25 degrees, which is the deepest of the deep V's. That alone should make her one of the smoothest riding center consoles on the water. The fact that Everglades has opted to have such a deep V bottom indicates to us that it has opted to go for the smoothest ride rather than a faster top end, which would probably have a 21 degree to 23 degree dead rise at the transom. We tested the 435 in protected water, so about the only thing we could do was run through our photo boat's wake, which we could hardly feel. At all times she had a solid, stable ride, and the Seakeeper gyro was not on. The 4 props and the deep V give the 435 maneuverability that comes as a bit of a surprise in a boat this size. She seemed to turn almost as soon as I eased the wheel over to one side or the other, and its Helmmaster system performed flawlessly throughout our test, most notably when docking. As we were backing into the slip using only the joystick, we easily swung the bow first to port to grab a line, then easing over to starboard to loop another line over a piling, then backing straight in with all 4 engines moving independently as I gave little nudges to the joystick. The Everglades 435 center console is a premium boat in almost every way, including her build quality. She's NMMA and ABYC certified and can be made to meet CE rules as an option. As for her price point, all of her equipment, engineering, and build quality comes at a premium, but when compared with the cost of buying and maintaining a large sport fishing convertible, she's a bargain. Further, she can go faster and more cost-effectively in head-to-head runs with any battle wagon on the market. And that's our full inspection and performance evaluation of the Everglades 435 center console. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.